In a surprise development, Hamas, the Palestinian militant group controlling Gaza, has announced the initiation of fresh talks with Israel. This comes just as Israel was poised to expand its military offensive on the Gaza Strip, a move that threatened to further escalate the humanitarian crisis in the region. While details remain scarce, the very fact that dialogue has resumed offers a sliver of hope in a conflict that has seen more than its fair share of bloodshed. The international community has cautiously welcomed the news, with many hoping that this could be a turning point in the decades-long conflict. However, given the long history of failed negotiations and broken promises, skepticism remains high. The path ahead is fraught with challenges, and only time will tell if these talks will bear fruit. The roots of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict run deep, marked by territorial disputes, political tensions, and a legacy of violence. The Gaza Strip, a densely populated coastal enclave, has been a particularly volatile flashpoint. Controlled by Hamas since 2007, Gaza has been subjected to an Israeli blockade, which Israel argues is necessary to prevent arms smuggling, but which has had a devastating impact on the civilian population. The humanitarian situation in Gaza has been dire for years, with chronic shortages of basic necessities like food, water, and medicine. The recent Israeli offensive, launched in response to the capture of Israeli hostages by Hamas, has only exacerbated the crisis. With thousands displaced from their homes and essential infrastructure crippled, the people of Gaza are facing unimaginable hardship. The current round of talks comes after weeks of intense international pressure. The United States, a key ally of Israel, has played a particularly active role, with President Trump embarking on a high-stakes visit to the Middle East. While Trump has reiterated his unwavering support for Israel, he has also stressed the need for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The release of a U.S.-Israeli hostage held by Hamas was a significant development, seen as a goodwill gesture that paved the way for dialogue. However, with dozens of hostages still in Hamas custody, the issue remains a major sticking point in negotiations. Similarly, the status of the Israeli blockade on Gaza is a contentious issue, with Hamas demanding its complete lifting as a precondition for any lasting ceasefire. The resumption of talks, while a positive step, is just the first in what promises to be a long and arduous process. The issues at stake are complex, and mistrust runs deep on both sides. Success will require significant compromises from both Israel and Hamas, as well as sustained international pressure to ensure that agreements are honored. The stakes are incredibly high. For the people of Gaza, trapped in a cycle of violence and deprivation, a lasting peace is the only hope for a better future. For the wider region, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict represents a festering wound, a constant source of instability, and a major obstacle to peace and progress. The world is watching, hoping against the odds that this time, dialogue will triumph over violence.